you know, did- not only it talks about cloud things in a cloud, for data security in a cloud, it talks about cloud security from application perspective, data perspective, operational perspective, and even and reply perspective. So this is a certification which tests your technical and managerial competence both. Okay, so that you can effectively design, engineer, implement, and manage an organization security in a in a cloud within an ever-changing security landscape. It also talks about legal and compliances. It also talks about app security, operation security, platform security. So it is a complete package in itself. It is vendor neutral, as I told you. It doesn't it doesn't endorse any specific vendors. It talks about security in a very general and holistic manner rather than talking about AWS, Azure, or in terms of your Google security perspective. Yes, same concepts are applicable with the help of technology by these vendor clouds, but they don't endorse those things. Okay, I will take your questions in the end. So, target audience when I talk about professional involved in IT architecture, web and cloud security engineering, risk and compliance and IT auditing. Like a person like me who is earlier, earlier around 4 years ago, I used to be in SOC, Security Operations Center, where my team used to provide managed security services, and we used to manage the clouds also because they were customers which were having services in cloud, and we used to manage the cloud security for them. But now I'm into a different role, risk and compliance. So it is still helping me out because when I am into we in my company we are implementing cloud, so we have to adhere compliances with a lot of regulations, compliances, standards. At the same time, I'm an auditor also. So I do perform audits of third party suppliers where they have things implemented, their data in a cloud. So I should be having a knowledge related to the cloud so that I can audit them, I can understand them. So these days, cloud is a necessary evil. Evil is the wrong word, I would say, but yes, you cannot ignore it. Even you are working into SOC or you are into networks, you will find bit of cloud everywhere. Even though companies are not moving everything to the cloud, but hybrid clouds these days are very common. Be it you are an enterprise architect, security administrator, engineer, security manager, you will find clouds everywhere. So you should be having you should be having knowledge of the cloud because in cloud, you don't have a complete control over a data. Securities are different because you have to work in a collaborative way, and that's where the CCSP certification comes into action. Okay, when we talk about CCSP certification in itself, it is basically a combined work of CSA, that is Cloud Security Alliance, and ISC2. Okay, it is a combined, so it is work combinedly by ISC2 and C and your ISC2. So that's the reason. When I will take you through also the materials along with CBK, CSA, there is a book, CSA Guidance. Right now, I think 4.0 is there. 5.0 is about to come in. But yes, the present version is based on 4.0 CSA and CBK 4.0, which I will provide it to you. So features of CCSP, as I told you, complements programs, existing programs such as CCSK and CISSP. Look, CCSK is another certification which is offered by Cloud Security Alliance, but it is not very popular as compared to CCSP. Content wise, it's okay, but because of the certification standards maintained by CSA Alliance. CCSK is good, but CCSP it's nowhere near CCSP, and it really complements the CISSP certification. Trust me, because CSSP these days is considered as a baseline certification. Don't take it in other term, because sometimes people get confused between baseline and basic certification. Baseline means which is must for all these days, because it really creates a good base for information security. Okay, is accredited to NC, also follows NC ISO 17024 and adheres to common body of knowledge. Benefits of being cloud certified. It really helps you in career advancement. Look, one thing I always tell you, okay? Sometimes people look, when you do any certifications, there are two types of benefits that you can draw. One is tangible, that is in terms of money, promotions, and second one is intangible. It's like a quality of work, quality of it raises the standard or quality of delivery of yours. So look, sometimes it is, if a person is in the beginning of his career, like 2 to 3 years of his experience, not at a very high package, he can change his jobs as well as career also very quickly. But the people who have 10 plus years of experience, they may get a tangible benefits directly in terms of job raise and all, but sometimes it takes time to steer your career into the other direction. Definitely, it will help you in job, quality of work that you deliver, but sometimes it takes time depending on the job market. It is very relative. You will definitely get respect. You will get more versatile skill, okay, that you can apply to technologies and methodologies. Higher salaries, it creates a solid foundation and stronger skill set. You can expand the knowledge. Trust me, CSSP and CCSP is a very deadly combination for a network security, for a security architect, because CSSP gives you creates a very good foundation of yours, and CCSP is like a good icing on a cake. But sometimes what happens, take people like it's like once they clear CISSP and they are riding high on the success of CISSP, and then they think that they can clear CCSP by just 1 or 2 months or 1 month of preparation, and they don't take their study seriously. So that should not be the case, because both CISSP and CCSP are different tracks and they should be handled accordingly. I tell you about my experience. I cleared CISSP in 2017, and then within 1 month of studies, just 1 month of study, I cleared C risk, and I was riding high on my success. And I go for CCSP with not that preparation. I flunked by 5 months. I don't have any apprehensions in saying that. But that was a lesson, and that was the first failure of my life. That's the reason I told you, don't take this certification casually. People sometimes get lenient by looking at six 300-page book as compared to 1,000-page book of CSSP, and they think that they can easily clear it and crack it. Trust me, you will get a surprise of your lifetime in your exam time if you go with this approach. So certification options for cloud security architect roles or even different roles. As I told you, there are two types of certifications one can go for. Okay, one is a management certification, and second one is a technical certifications. When I talk about management certifications, CCSP is our leader. Trust me, is a leader. If you have cleared CISS CCSP, then I don't think there is a need to go for CCSK, but sometimes people take it as an extra feather on their cap. CCHA is for people like me who are into audit and compliance. Okay. And then there's CommShare Cloud Plus. That is also a good certification to have. But if you are CCSP, I don't require. CCSP here is a clear leader in this field. Then management certification alone will not suffice. I'm not asking you unless and until for a person like me who is into audit and compliance, I don't need these technical certifications, but I need to know how these cloud works. So that's the reason what I am doing is I am just listening to the videos of this certification. But if someone is targeting your cloud security architect roles, then they should have knowledge of AWS, either two out of these three clouds. Okay, and they should have knowledge of AWS security, Azure security, and an admin part of it. Okay, so this is a path one can follow if someone wants to be into. And certifications are equally important, mate, because this really help you in demonstrating your credentials. I do understand after certain age, certifications are not that important, but certifications really help you in demonstrating your credentials. It really help you in streamlining your knowledge. It gives it gives target. It gives you start studying the things in a right directions. But when you are doing certifications, always remember one thing: think it from brain, not from heart. Okay. For eligibility, you can have 5 years of cumulative experience in information technology, 3 years of full-time work experience in information security, and 1 year of work experience in one or more of the six domains of CCSP, CCS, CBK. In case of no experience, you can become an associate of IC2, and you have 6 years to gain the required experience. Okay, so now I am uh, holding out from it, seeing your questions. Debashish, how important is to have a certification? Look, certifications are very important, Debashish. At least I'm not saying that go for a lot of certifications. It's like it helps you in streamlining your knowledge. I give you just one example of it, which can tell you how certifications helps you in prioritizing your studies. I was having a GDPR book since 2018, never studied. Last year, I appeared for my CIPPE certification. Within 1 month, I completed the book, read the book, and took the examination and passed the examination. Okay, so yes, it is a credential which is being sorted out and which is very well sorted in the industrial in market these days. Okay, at least you should have some certifications related to your field to show to demonstrate the knowledge you have, because but by simply people will only pick up your resume on the basis of your certifications first. Once you get selected on the basis of certifications, then you will be getting a chance to demonstrate your knowledge. If we are not having hands-on cloud experience, but we are CSSY, should we go for CCSP certification? Yes, you can go for. When I also did it, because you can. I also went for it in the beginning because in 2018, but slowly I get to. And look, when people think about cloud is not only about AWS, Azure, and all. Cloud is anything available in not in your data center. Okay, we do not need endorsement one complete. Yes, you don't need endorsement in CCSP. Okay, you don't need endorsement in CCSP. You It will be self-endorsed by ISC2 automatically. Yeah, Debashish, that answer. Can we take AWS or Azure? Yes, you can take AWS or Azure exam directly without going through there. As far as AWS is concerned, I am aware of that you can take any exam directly. There is no prerequisite for it. Okay. So hope I answered all your questions, Devashish. Any further question from anyone, or should I proceed further? Okay,
Yes, sir, I think there is one more question.
which I have answered it. Or
Oh,
okay. I have answered that also that from the anonymous attendee. Yes, as I told you, look, when we talk about cloud, it's not only Azure or AWS. Cloud is anything available in a data center, not in your data center. And when we talk about, Mr. Anonymous, when we talk about one of the domain of CCSP, it's not only, it includes your data security, application security, etc. So yeah, you can do. I know one of my friends and one of my students, okay, who was into software development and he cleared CCSP and got endorsed also. So it's not only about things in a cloud, application security, regulations, and all that also comes under the domains of CCSP. So they have clearly mentioned experience in one of the domains of CCSP. Okay, hope I answered all the questions. Let's move further. So when we talk about registrations, it's very easy. Okay, go to the PSN view, create a user account. Okay, pay the examination fee. One thing I'm not aware whether they have come up. Last year they were running one offer called Peace of Mind. Peace of Mind is where there you have to pay $149 extra or $199 extra, and you can get extra money for it. Means extra attempt for it if you fail in the first attempt. So for India, that would be for people living in India, that is really a boon because here you have to pay GST of around $150, 125, $130. So you can definitely get now they have taken a gap right now. I'm not sure whether they have restarted that offer or not, but if they started that offer, then please take the examination using that peace of mind offer. Don't look out for 120, $130 extra. That is must. That is suggested, not must, I say, up to the individual. And another one thing, which is the common mistake, people do it. Okay. When they, and I know one of my friends, what he did, he took that attempt, he took that piece of mind offer, but he didn't prepare for it well in the first attempt because he was pretty casual that he already have two attempts, and he didn't take his first attempt, right, his first attempt with the efforts which is required. So he failed, and second attempt he was under a lot of pressure and he again failed. So don't commit, don't, it's a trap, trust me, madam. It's a facility they are offering, but don't fall into this trap. Means like, okay, I have a second attempt also and I will prepare it accordingly. No, don't go for it. Then examination weight. Okay, look, this is pretty symbolical, to be very honest, because when question comes in front of us, we will not be, because there we will not be able to associate with this weightage. Okay, so I never give much importance to this weightage in the examination, because when questions are in front of us, we have to answer it. So I will not be able to recognize, okay, I will give more importance to this, and you see, it's more over same, or means more or less they are similar, except cloud data security where they have more weightage. So this is just for the symbolic, I would say, from my perspective. But yes, people can take it up to the individual. But from my perspective, this is more symbolic. You have to read a book. Okay. So they have a maintenance fees also. This is very good from IC2 perspective, because no matter how much certifications you maintain, you just have to pay $125 as a whole. Okay. Okay, good. So this is okay. So $125 as a whole. So that is, you can, means just like I'm maintaining two certifications. So I am paying $125. Even if you hold three certifications, you have to pay $125 only. Okay, now study materials for CCSP certifications. Look, unlike CISSP, Okay, unlike CISSP, where you have a lot of practice tests available. Okay, a lot of practice tests available. In CCSP, not a lot of material available. Yes, you have three books available which I am aware of. One is CCSP CBK, which is an official book. Second one is ISC2. This is CBK. Then second one is ISC2 official guide by Cybex. Sometimes people get confused because ISC2 official guide in CISSP is very, very good. Some people take it, use that book as a primary book. But in my suggestion, that book is not, in my opinion, it is not very good as it is in CISSP. So from my suggestion, my recommendation, strong recommendation is go for CCSP CBK 4th edition as a main book. CSA 4.0 is must, I tell you, because they were approx 10 questions, 10 to 15 questions, which were from CSA 4.0. I could easily remember. I could easily remember and figured it out as that question come. It was a straight direct question. Had I not read that book, CSA, I wouldn't be able to pass it. Practice test available, many available, but CSS, CCSP, ISC2 practice exam third edition is what I feel is very good. And listen to videos of fundamental of any cloud vendor so that you can correlate, so that you can correlate the concept, the vendor neutral concept with the vendor implementation. Okay. Always remember. So these are the plus. I also have there are also CBT nuggets available, and there is one more videos available. I would suggest go for CBT nuggets. That are the videos available of it. So this is the study material. Don't go for too many material. There is a saying, too many cook spoil the broth. So stick to two books, okay, and how you should be studying it. Lot my times people what they do, they try to memorize everything in a first attempt itself, and then they start complaining what I am reading is I am forgetting. You shouldn't be. Look, we are not a robot or Swami Vivekanand who has a photographic memory. So try to read the book for the first time without any yours, without any, you know, yeah, without any, like, recommendation or without any expectations. Just read it. It is going into your passive mind. Okay, it is going because you think you are not remembering, but things are going into a passive mind because you all are working professionals. So once you read the book for the first time, then do the question answers. Okay, because lot my times when you are reading the book for the first time, you overlook a lot of things, and then when you do the question answer just after reading the book for the first time, it will really, you will come to know that okay, I skipped this thing, I didn't pay much importance to it. So when the next time when you read that book again, second time, read it properly, and you will feel the differences. So this is how you should be doing it. So reading a book for one or two times is more than sufficient, and then do the question answers. And when you're doing the question answers, use the book like a dictionary. When you're reading the book for the first time, read it like a novel, one or two times, read it like a novel. And when you are doing a question answer, use the book like a dictionary. That is my recommendation. Okay. Then both on CCSP practice tests are also available, but I would say that is optional because that is too technical in nature. Too technical in nature. Another thing I want to point out, and it's for all, I also faced it. Look, this kind of examination is designed in such a way that it is also designed to test your mental abilities. Throughout your examination, you will never feel that you will pass. And sometimes this feeling overpower you and you feel like throwing your paper away. And then you start doing question answers quickly, so that you can quickly overcome, or you can quickly surpass or overcome that mental ordeal you are facing. So don't let that feeling overpower you when you're going for your examination. This is a thing in your mind that I will give my best whether I pass or fail. I tell you, I passed this examination in my second attempt. In first examination, this has happened with me also. Okay. So what I did, I took a vow that I will not throw my paper away. Whatever it may be, I will give my 100%. I will give my 100%. Give your 100% based on your knowledge and experience. Trust me, you will get a better result. Never let this feeling overpower you that I will not pass. I will not pass. Forget about pass or fail, because this is designed in such a way to make you feel that you are dumb, you don't know the answer. No, don't let this feeling overpower you. Give your 100%. You all are experienced people. You all are experienced people. And this is just a paper. Take it like a paper. I know that. I know one of my uh, audience here, Prem. Okay, I also had that feeling because I also passed this attempt, passed this exam. I passed many examinations first, and this is the one which has given me a tough time. So take it like an exam, give your 100%. Okay, that is the best key. Never let this feeling overpower you that I will not pass. No, give your 100%. Okay, so steps to certifications: meet CISSP eligibility. That is already I have told you about that. 1 year of experience. Okay, register for the examination, create an account. Okay, PSN view, create a user account, select the nearest person view testing center. But there is a change now. Okay, if you are taking peace of mind offer, then you have to go to ISC2 directly first. Means you have to create an account, correct? Earlier, if you are not taking a peace of mind offer, then you can go to the PSN view and give money to them directly and book the exam. But if you are taking peace of mind offer, then you have to go to ISC2, pay them the money, and they will give you some code and all that, and using that code you will book your examination. Okay, so it is at ISC2 authorized center. I'm based off Delhi, so not many in many cities you will find that. I lived in Delhi, so there are only three. One is it in Noida, one is it in Haryana, Gurgaon, and one is it in Delhi. So there are three here. Uh, because there are a lot of strictness as compared to the other exams. And trust me, this is just to maintain the quality and standard of the certification. Pass the examination. Take the CCSP exam. Pass the exam with a scale score of 700 points or greater. Look, nowadays you have to pass in all the six domains. There is some minimum 700 points minimum they have decided, and you have to pass in all the, you have to score a minimum in all the six domains. It is very similar to CAT. Compared to CAT is like the CAT management examination, which is for IM. But there you have a clear demarcation that this is a quant section, this is the English section. Here there is no demarcation. So you can't do much here because there is no demarcations between the domains. So you have to give your best. There's another here. There is no computerized adaptive testing. Computerized adaptive testing where number of questions are varying depending on how you are answering it. But it's a linear examination where you are not allowed to go back and review. I always see for a positive in something. And this is, I feel, I'm not saying this for your motivation, but this is, I feel, because when mark for reviews is available, we always have a double mind towards the question. But here, once the question is in front of you, you have to answer it and move forward. You don't have to think about that question again. And that is the positive I see in this one. Trust me. And then get endorsed. Here you don't have to endorse. Okay, here endorsement is required, but you don't have to get it endorsed by some CCSP endorsed person. Okay, it is being done by IC2 itself only. Okay, delivery method, no computerized adaptive testing. As I told you, linear test. Maybe they will come later on, but as of now, no computerized. Linear test means 150 questions straight, okay, but no marks for review available. Mark for review not available. I feel it's good because you don't, once you answer it, you don't have to bother about it. Question format, multiple choice questions, scenario based, drag and drop, hot and spot. But trust me, it will not be very simple and straightforward questions. Just like if I talk, it's not a very straight. In CSSP, you may find straightforward questions. But in CCSP, I never find a question which is very straight. Trust me. But I'm not scaring you. I'm not frightening you. People are still passing it. I also passed it. With hard work and with your knowledge, you can pass it. But again, as I told you, throughout the question, you will not be able to get this feeling that I'm passing the examination. So I tell you about what was my feeling in second attempt. Ajit, even if you do, you can't do anything further in this study. If you fail, you can't do anything extra which can pass you in the examination because the luck factor also plays a very important role in that examination. Exam durations 150 questions, 4 hours. For me, 4 hours is more than sufficient because I'm a fast reader. But some people takes time. I was out within 1 hour 30 minutes, to be very honest. 25 questions for research purposes. There is no need to think about this because there will not be any marking that this is a research question. Passing grade 700 out of 100 points, and you have to score minimum of some cutoff in all the regions. And exam results are provided immediately. Exam fees $599 plus 107. This is I've not considered a peace of mind offer. If you consider a peace of mind offer, so replace this $107 with $149, which is the GST. So even though you see, just by paying, especially in India, for US you don't need to pay GST, but in India you see 599 plus 140 something, your peace of mind. Still, by paying $40, you can get an extra attempt. Exam retake, candidate can take the CCSP exam. Maximum, I'm not talking about peace of mind. That's a special case. I'm talking about the standard case. 3 times in a 12 months period, one with a cooling period of 30 days, and second with the cooling period of 90 days, and third attempt with the cooling period of 180 days. That is 6 months. Okay, so candidate must pay the full amount for each additional exam attempt. Just like, unlike, there are many bodies which offer second attempts on a discounted rate, but no, this one doesn't offer it. So endorsement process, subscribe, standard one, subscribe to the ICT Code of Ethics. Here you don't require get an endorsement. IC2 will do it for you. If you and again another very important thing, there is another body ISACA where you have 5 years to apply for a certifications. Here you don't have a 5 years to apply for a certification. Just 9 months. I remember one of my students who applied for this certification one day before his 9 month was getting over. So don't do that. As soon as you get your examination score, you will get an email. Apply for the certification immediately. Don't wait for a 9 months to come. Recertification process, with certification maintenance, you have to maintain the certifications. Recertification every 3 years. Recertification doesn't mean that you have to take the exam every 3 years. There is a requirement of 30 CPs. In this, there is less, a total of 30 CPs over the period of uh, 3 years. And maintenance fees is maintenance fees is $125. It is very standard. No matter how many certifications you keep, you just have to pay $125. Okay. No, Prem, you cannot determine. So that's all from my side. So now I'm taking any questions. You can write it down or you can ask me. Which domains are Devashi's? my question is, which domains are overlapping with CISSP module? I would say IAM, identity and access module, which is domain 5, cryptography, application security, these, and I would say malwares, operations, these are some overlapping module. But here, when we talk about application security and all, it is more exclusive. It is more detailed one, more comprehensive, because in cloud things are like apps in the cloud. So there it is more in detailed one. So these are the domains which are overlapping. Coming to the next question, how to determine which one is a beta question, which one is the evaluation question? No, Prem, as I told you, I have answered that in my system itself. No, you will not be able to find it out that which one is a beta question or which one is a evaluation question. No, you will not be able to find it out. So it's there's you will not be able. There is no way. Okay. So anything, any further questions? That's all from my side. Any questions, anything you want more, please ask me. Free. That's all from my side. 10 minutes I have set aside for my question answers.
Thank you so much, sir. This was really, really wonderful. I think Colonel Naha is with us. He's joined us. So let me just quickly make him the host so that he can say a few words. Hi, Colonel Naha.
Hi, good evening. And firstly, I'm sorry I got engaged in a commitment, and I had to take a flight, and the flight landed damn at bang at 7 o'clock. So I wanted to cover one part, which was the career progression because of CCSP. So I went to Bangalore and I was auditing a firm. I was giving a solution architecting. Why? Because they got ransomware. Okay. So they had two verticals. One was a software development vertical and one was embedded design vertical. And they use, I'll not name, they use a SaaS suite. They use a lot of virtualization. And the worst part was there was a configuration error where the VM was exposed to a public IP, right? Now, the cloud cannot do anything about it. The AWS, GCP, they can only suggest to you that, you know, that you have a public instance facing a. So these are small errors which cost them a lot of things. So this particular VM got, ransomware, and they had a ransomware spread within their VPC. Okay, very critical attack. Somehow we restored them using their backups, but we lost a lot of data, right? But the client ensured that they don't pay the ransom. Okay, this is just uh, outlay. Now, why CCSP is important in today's, I feel it's growing because when me and Ajit were doing CCSP last year, I will say the interest was not very high, but people have understood that CCSP is, I think, a certification which is going to be, uh, the certification of the future. What CISSP has become in last 20 years, CCSP is going to become in next 5 years. That is one perspective that we get very clearly. Secondly, uh, individuals, professionals who are, at the cusp of, I'll say, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years of, experience, they are the ones who are going to benefit it from it very well. Why? Because they're the ones who have seen the transition of the IT from on-premise to cloud, and how now cloud has invaded into our, the complete uh, enterprise ecosystem. So what I say that I see great future in both CISSP and CCSP for information security and cybersecurity professionals. That are two cents of my advice, which I would love to give to all the professionals. Right? I see a great demand. I see a very, very big gap in the market because I see that there are very few people who understand the complexities of governance in the cloud. Not only that, even control measurements, control verification, control identification in itself. So there's a lot of gap, and that's where both CISSP and CCSP are the lead certs to get. And we couldn't have anyone better than Ajit, who is one of the most experienced and certified trainers around. Right? Thank you, Ajit. Sorry for
Thank you. No
today's.
worries, no worries.
My flight was I booked a flight thinking I'll land at 4:30, and then I see that my landing time was 7:30.
I
So
agree, agree.
notwithstanding that, it's great to catch up with you, Ajit, once again, and
Yeah,
let's take this forward and hope we benefit the complete
yeah,
information and cybersecurity community.
yeah.
Thank you, Ajit.
Thank you. Sumit, the answer to your question, it depends upon what kind of a role that you are looking for. Just like if someone is into network security, okay, so he can definitely get by doing CCSP and the list of certification that I've showed in my slides. You can easily move to the cloud security architect role. Person like me, by doing CCSP and CCAK, can easily move into cloud compliance role. So these are different types of a career path that you can have. Yeah. Okay, so this one will be available in the cloud on YouTube, and I think Ghazal can answer you. Okay, so this is the thing. The career roles, it all depends upon you. But as I told you, Sumit, no matter in whichever role you are in, if you are into IT, cloud is a necessary evil that you cannot ignore these days, because in looking for cost benefits and other things, efficiency, things are moving to the cloud. And as a data professional, be it as an IT professional, you need to have the understanding of a cloud security and all, in whichever role you are, be it management, be it network, be it security, be it audit, everywhere. It's a necessary evil these days where you have to, okay, tame it. Hope that answer your question. Thank you. Any further questions? Any further questions, anyone? So Ghazal, I think we are okay. If no further questions, we can close this session.
Yes, sir,
Ghazal, over to
absolutely.
you.
And thank you so much, sir. This was very, very insightful and very informational. And it's always a pleasure listening to you talk about CCSP and all things information security, really. So, and thank you, Shubhajit, sir, for finally joining us. It was really great hearing from you again.
Thanks, Ghazal. Thank you so much. Thanks
All
for
right.
initiating this, and hope we carry
Sure.
on more frequently with me, Ajit, and Saz on board.
Yes, that would be really good.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for the webinar today. And the recording for the same, Sumit, and all the other participants, the recording for the same will be available on our portal, which is learn.protect.io. If you check your chat, you'll be able to see the link to it. And Mr. Ajit's CCSP training, the live training, is going to be starting very soon. So anybody who is interested can definitely contact us. I've shared the link in the chat. You can go through the course details. If there are any queries, any doubts, then we are here to help. Please feel free to reach out. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ajit sir, once again. Thank you, Colonel Naha, also for joining us. And thanks, everyone. See you in the next one.